was hyped about. All right, so or Odyssey, whatever. Guys, I'm sorry. Like I had like 20 seconds to talk.
Unprofessional.
Let me figure out how to get the audio back. Okay, we actually have another minute on top of that. Cool.
I actually have to use that.
Called it.
Oh,
That's super unprofessional. What, just like right in the middle, you're gonna get up and leave?
I was about to do my zoom in.
Oh, but you can't.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
I have already peed my pants. It's fine. I'm good.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, whatever, chat.
What did you call it?
I said Origins.
Oh yeah, I think that's AACO.
Ass.
I mean, they're both
Ass.
Odyssey and Origins.
By the way, I did do a new tweet for the PC Gaming Show.
There is magic in PC gaming. It says, don't just obey the rules. Rewrite them.
Ass.
What the heck?
It says, don't just listen to stories.
Stardew.
Inhabit them. It says, don't just accept the limits. Overclock beyond them. It says, don't just play games. Revel in them. Unleash them. It says, seriously, is every game Battle Royale now? Or is it just me? From mountaintops to dungeons.
Whoa.
From deep waters to deeper space. From solo quests to mass engagements. There is magic in PC gaming. Let's celebrate that magic together. This is the PC Gaming Show.
You think this is going to be as encompassing as Microsoft's? Because they pulled from like everybody else's conference, right?
Sean Plott.
Maybe.
Oh, hello to everyone online.
Hey, familiar
hello
faces.
everyone at the Wiltern. Welcome to the PC
Day
Gaming
9.
Show. Yes. My name's Day
Dude,
9.
he's
I'm your
looking thin,
host
man.
today. I am
Yeah,
delighted
he's
to
definitely-
be here. We
he's
have a
definitely fitted up.
Fantastic show for you this afternoon. First, to all of you who came out to the Wiltern, thanks for joining us. The Wiltern is just a beautiful venue here in Los Angeles. To all of you online on Twitch, thanks for joining
his
us. To those
stack of
co-streaming partners, hey as well, I'm talking to you, Drop Frames. Great to have you
Yeah,
here.
it's a lot of
And
cards.
of course, to all the wonderful sponsors that help make the PC Gaming Show come back again for the 4th straight year. Now,
Good on you, yes.
Now, I'm not the only host here this year. I have my co-op partner up in the balcony. It's Frankie Ward joining us today. How's it going, Frankie?
Hey, Sean, I'm going to be up here in the balcony with a bunch of creative new PC games coming your way. From Warfare's latest update to some offbeat indie gems.
Frankie, we are so excited for the show to get started. We have over 30 games we're going to be looking at across the next 90 minutes. So let's get it underway. Our very first title is from Coffee Stain Studios. Their game has absolutely massive construction as well as automation. Let's take a look at Satisfactory.
Exclusive.
That was just satisfactory.
Low-hanging fruit. A open world survival game is what I'm gonna guess.
It's a very good guess.
Building.
Oh yeah.
It's a very good guess.
Oh boy.
There are so many
This looks like
games
a
you can
lot.
Ooh, pumping
games.
pistons.
Okay.
Chainsaws?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a lot of building.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Look at Factorio.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's yeah. I mean, look at it. It's production facilities. It's refining of resources. Sequentially, presumably. I mean, honestly, this would be quite refreshing for me. I would love to get into Factorio, but the graphical fidelity is too low.
Absolutely.
For me.
Yeah.
Just seeing something like this and being able to get in there in person would really do it.
Okay, that's okay.
That's epic.
Okay.
Dude, if you can actually make stuff that huge, sign me up.
I'm getting
Wow.
interested.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, get off the buddy.
Get off the conveyor belt.
I immediately felt like that was one of my cats. It's like, no, that's where I make food. Get off the
Can they just play this music the entire game?
Satisfactory.
Now I get it.
He said it at the beginning. That's why I said satisfactory.
What? No, but now I get
stage
that it's like
to talk
factory.
Yeah.
Is the game director at Coffee Stain
Like-
Studios. It's Oscar Gilsayan. Come here, Oscar. Welcome to the stage. Thanks for joining us today.
So serious. Wow.
They don't have like a
Oscar, I just wanna
couch
begin
or
right away by
anything.
asking, what is satisfactory?
We're really gonna make them sweat.
Is essentially about
You can make
building
them stand?
these huge automated factories. So you play as an engineer that's been sent from Earth to this alien planet, and you're going to build this enormous machine. It was hinted at the end of the trailer there.
Yeah.
And to build that, you need a whole ton of parts, which you need to build machines that will make them for you. So you'll start out pretty simple with a few machines, and then you'll just expand and expand and expand until you finally need to start cutting down trees and replace them with like more convenient concrete.
Replace them.
And you know, for people who haven't played this type of game, can you give me an example of what producing a more advanced resource might look like?
Right. After a while, you'll need to create something more advanced, like a computer, for example. And at that point, you'll have some copper stuff set up, your wires and cables. But to make plastic, you need to get some oil. So you need to go out and you need to find this oil, build some oil pumps and oil refineries, and set up a transport with self-driving vehicles between the outpost and your factory.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that scale because there's a lot of games where you build a house or a small town. How much area are we talking about where all your factories will exist?
Oh, this factory will grow enormous. The main part, which will probably be the biggest, will start spreading more and more and more. Or in some cases, we'll have players just building these
How big are the
massive,
maps?
tall buildings with factory floor upon factory floor. But including the resources that you need to gather from basically all around the map.
Yeah.
So you'll have vehicles driving all over.
Now, I want to ask about the first-person perspective because these types of games typically are top-down. Why first-person?
It looks
We want it to feel like the player is the one building the stuff.
Yeah.
And when you've built a bunch of stuff, you can see these enormous buildings, these structures towering above you. But also when you go out and explore, you'll be the one, like, you go through the underbrush and in the jungles and whatever.
I mean, in the trailer, it even looked like there's a lot more to explore, like different environments and biomes.
Yeah. The map is, we made a point
Big
to
and
make it
varied.
big
Come
and
on,
varied.
give us
And
measurements.
it's about 30 square kilometers in size, so it's kind of enormous.
Wow. And, one final question.
Kind
I
of
saw
enormous.
multiple
That's what we
engineers
get.
there. How does multiplayer
enormous.
Oh, it's a
Kind of
co-op
enormous.
game. So you'll start up a server and play with your friends.
Okay, this looks fun.
Now,
I would
tell
do
us,
this with
how do we
me.
get our
Bring out
hands
a
on this
female
game?
to talk to us
So we
about
got
the
a
size.
closed
because
alpha planned in the
I don't
coming
know.
months. So you can sign up for the alpha at satisfactorygame.com. And yeah, then you'll know.
Well, great, Oscar. Thanks for joining me on
Closed
stage
alpha.
once again. That is satisfactorygame.com. Now, up in the balcony, Frankie, I understand you have
She's so
our
pretty.
very first indie title of the day.
We do indeed, Sean, because here's something we love about the PC platform. It's such fertile ground for creative ideas from small teams. NeoCab is an emotional survival game set in the future about gig labor, tech disruption, and the experience of being a driver for hire. Perhaps the last of your kind. From the brand new indie studio Chance Agency, let's watch the first gameplay trailer for NeoCab.
I'm loving these colors that all of these games are using.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of the things that's emblematic of our time. When you look back in 20 years, you're gonna be like, oh, what is this game from like 2016, 2018? Like, yep, colors,
They're
nailed
using
it.
like transistor colors.
Yeah, exactly.
So is this Uber simulator?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It would be interesting to be an Uber.
This is literally Uber
Oh,
simulator.
wow, it is.
Savvy.
Oh, you can accidentally pick up bad guys. Oh. Oops.
Now we just need a version where you
Don't forget to read.
stream while you're driving and just get in accidents
Now,
constantly.
our next game, believe it or not, is in the Battle Royale genre. Of course, it's E3 2018. What do you expect? We have several Battle Royale games we're going to be talking about today because the Battle Royale format is very simple and very
More
flexible.
Battle Royale jokes,
Players
haha.
play in an
I'm still gonna keep
ever-shrinking
counting with
space
my
until there's
6.
one last
We're up to 4
standing.
now.
So developers have already been doing all kinds of different explorations of what this could possibly be. And our very first Battle Royale game that we'll be introducing today has up to 1,000 concurrent players. It's from Automaton Games. Let's look at Maverick's Proving Grounds.
Oh, at once.
Ooh, 1,000?
Concurrent?
What?
Players.
Okay. 1,000? Concurrent? Players. Nice.
A surprising cliff.
And of course it starts like this, right? You drop off.
Sail.
Yep.
Camper.
What a
Bush
nerd.
camper.
I like the shoulder flare. Wonder how customizable some of these things are. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Snow map before PUBG had it.
Okay, this looks neat.
Yeah.
This is a lot more of a horror aesthetic when you get the smoke and the flames and stuff.
Yeah. I'm down. I like VR games.
Yeah.
Mavericks.
Okay,
Proving
yeah.
Grounds.
Does
Joining me
anybody
on the
know what
stage
makes the
to talk about
difference?
Maverick's
Is what
Proving
are
Grounds is
some
the
standout
CEO of
elements?
Automaton Games. It's
I mean, I think
James
the fact that it's
Thompson.
going to be 1,000 players.
Well, I mean,
The
not just
biggest
that,
VR games are only 100.
like, the flow of it seems
James,
different
welcome.
too.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, I want to immediately ask, what about Maverick's Proving Grounds distinguishes itself from other Battle Royale
Oh,
games?
there you go, Hunter.
Yeah, well,
Thanks,
it's a
Day9.
very popular
My
formula,
dude.
and you know that last man standing kind of game type is incredibly compelling by itself. But Maverick's is really
CEO?
about
He's
depth.
CEO.
You know, we've already talked about
exactly.
400 players
He's
before, and we're
young.
sort of super excited.
I was
to
the vice
talk
president
about
at 19.
five-man squad matches
Clearly, it doesn't mean
1,000
anything.
players. But really, it's about depth as well. It's about the fact that
CEO.
that
Fuck,
environment is even
man.
a bigger step, the simulation and those elements sort of combining together.
Yeah, I want to zoom in right on the 1,000 players aspect. How does that really shift the dynamic from the, say, 100 that we're typically used to?
Well, it's really about combining scale with the depth of simulation. So the fact that
That's
together,
really hopeful,
what you
though,
actually
to
have
get
is a
that many
landscape of
players in at
making
once.
decisions of a lot
Without
more
the
information.
servers fucking
Yeah, because you
crashing.
hinted at that twice now. Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean by there's a lot more information in the environment for players to process?
Right.
So take a concrete example, right? So let's say a player's walking through the map, they'll be leaving footprints, they'll be displacing foliage, like
Oh,
grass
okay.
bending. but you know,
That's really
siege-style gameplay in houses. That's like a lot of destruction systems that sort of together make the map much more of a dynamic environment.
It's like a recent history of who could have been here.
Yeah.
You know, I want to ask about what more is in store for Maverick's Proving Grounds. I understand that this has a lot more out-game features than someone might expect.
Yeah, so it's not just that session-based gameplay. You enter the game through the capital, which is our sort of persistent social hub. So we draw from the MMORPG side of things. It's really it's a full world, not just a map. You know, so it's got a persistent game type side to it too. Yeah. But really, it's about bringing this all together into something which makes a much richer MMO experience.
Now, where can people go to find out more?
Well, we've just launched our site right now, so if you're interested in signing up for the closed beta, you can do that now at mavericks.gg/closed-beta. And actually, if you register this week, you'll get special in-game content for free from E3.
Well, awesome.
And we have only 100,000 slots for the first group signing up, so
right on.
that will give you some beta access.
Cool.
Sure
what was the address again?
It's not going to work.
You do that if you're interested.
It's already down.
Well, James, thanks so much for joining us.
I imagine.
Once again. That's
Yeah, it was mavericks.gg.
Yeah. Yep, it's down.
Our very next game helps showcase the extraordinary power of modders. Frankie, tell us about it.
It does indeed, Sean. On PC, we don't just play what's given to us. We mod games to make our own experiences. And for many developers, modding is a way to turn a hobby into a career. The Forgotten City is the perfect example. It's a standalone game that's a reimagining of a wildly successful mod. In fact, the first mod in history to win a National Writers Guild Award. For the first time ever. Here's gameplay from the Forgotten City.
Can you register for me too?
No. Me 3.
Tell me. Give me your deets, and I'll do it.
Oh no, I don't even know my deets.
I need your email and your name. That's all I need.
I'm already lost.
I'm so sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place. An ancient underground city. Its existence long forgotten. Searching for a way out. All I found is a window into the past. If even one person here commits a sin, everyone will die. I tried to set things right, but whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. It's all up to you now. Go back, investigate, talk to everyone, help them out if it'll win their trust. Bend the rules as far as you can. Figure out who's responsible for this. And maybe you can do what I never could. Save these people. Save yourself.
Oh, yikes.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Looks interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks neat.
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show, what's next for Killing Floor 2? And an unannounced game from Tripwire Interactive. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Is this? What's his name?
Our next game is a blast from the past. It's not a sequel
Darkest
or
Dungeon voiceovers?
or remake, but rather an entirely new game altogether. Let's take a
Sounds
look
like him.
at Stardock's
Wayne June?
Star
Yeah.
Control
Wayne June.
Origins.
Long ago, the Singularity formed, its creators uplifted into something beyond our understanding. These beings, now known as the Lexites, left Earth, traveling to multiple planets in our solar system, before vanishing altogether. This is why we are here. Welcome to Star Control, a state-of-the-art international space agency tasked with the exploration of our solar system and the defense of Earth. Here reside the world's brightest minds and greatest technology, brought together by a strong curiosity to discover the unknown. Help us pioneer the future. Join today.
Star Control has accelerated the construction of our new modular deep solar system vessel specifically for this mission. It's the fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain.
I am Chief Viscosity Officer Windu of the TheHunterWild. The Scribe have evidently received traces of your radio broadcasts themselves.
a delightful new spaceship.
You must be humans. We've heard so much about you.
Yes. So many space games.
Oh yeah. Space sells.
Joining me to talk about Star Control is the Director of Production at Stardock, Patrick Shaw. Thanks for joining me on stage today, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
So now just tell us straight up, what is Star Control all about?
I think he just went for a handshake.
So Star Control is an open universe
No,
action.
I have been like this.
You can
I
visit
hope
dozens
so.
of aliens, hundreds of different stars, thousands of
That would be
different
so
unique
sad.
planets, and you can land on each and every one of them. And when you're driving around the planets, you can jump over canyons, blast critters, and then you can venture out into the solar system and do ship-to-ship combat with hostile aliens.
And I want to ask, since I know that the story is a big part of this game, with it being open world, how do you make sure that the story still stays as the focus for the player?
Yeah, so we're really excited about the story that we prepared for Star Control. It's funny, it's creative, but also has some dark, sinister side to it. However, what we're very proud and very excited about is we have an infinite universe. That is, we are fully simulating the entire universe at all times. So even if you're on some podunk little moon in the corner of the universe, the aliens are still moving around the universe, doing
Now
their
tell
own
me about
thing, exploring and
multiplayer.
interacting with each other.
So it's not just like at a planet, there's the same town whenever you visit it. It depends on how the simulation is driven forward.
Right, exactly. So this is this infinite universe is the glue that connects my story, my adventure to the larger open galaxy.
That's awesome. Now, I know modding is going to be a big part of Star Control Origins. How does modding work?
So what's your favorite science fiction show?
Probably Firefly.
Yeah, so what would you think of making Firefly Season 2?
Shit, that's a lot of pressure, Patrick.
Well,
you're putting me on the spot on stage right now, yeah.
We have a week to do it, so. But anyways, in Star Control Origins, you can create your own ships, your own planets, your own galaxies. You can package up your adventures and share them with your friends online.
So someone else can take care of Firefly Season 2. That's up to you. Now, last thing I want to ask about is how multiplayer works.
Right. So in the game, we have ship-to-ship combat, and that turned out to be so popular in our early testing. They're like, we should make this a separate gameplay mode. So we did. We called it Fleet Battles. So you can create your own ships, you build them out of different pieces and parts, you attach different weapons and defenses, and then you go online to play them. You can either play local multiplayer, 2 people on the same machine, or online, ranked or online play.
Where can people go to pick up Star Control Origins?
Well, right now, Star Control Origins is available for pre-order on GOG and Steam.
Well, lovely. Guys, definitely be sure to head over to starcontrolgame.com and check them out on Steam and GOG as well.
And one more thing, we are happy to announce at the PC Gamer Show that Star Control Origins is launching on September 20th, 2018.
Wow.
Look for it on September 20th.
I'm pre-ordering it right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, our next game was PC
Processing my order.
Gamer's favorite game
I don't know
from
how I
E3
feel about
last
that game.
year. It is
How do we
Hunt
yes.
Showdown
Not
from
GOG.
Crytek.
Hunt.
Let's take a look at what's coming for Hunt Showdown just after E3.
I'm so with it.
Are you
No
with
scooter
it?
gameplay. No scooter gameplay.
I love
I never got to play.
I never played either.
It's
Yeah.
so fun.
It was just a bad time for me to
Mm-hmm.
get into it.
I think there were a couple other game releases when
Yeah.
Hunt came out.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Loved the idea.
I didn't play it, but I heard that it's intense.
It is.
Yeah.
It is really, really intense. Whoa, is that a new monster? Oh, yes. By now, I already
Okay,
bought
so
it.
What's
I am
Sell me on the
here
game.
with Guy from Skydance, who's here to tell
How?
me why fighting in
Is there
massive
one
mech suits
person
is
who
not
hunts
about to go
everyone
out
else
of
on the
fashion
map?
Any
It's teams of 2.
soon.
Oh,
Guy,
okay.
now Hellfire, Archangel was originally a single-player narrative game, but Hellfire, this new edition, what changes is that going to make?
Well, players really loved the single-player narrative, but they all kept telling us
I've
the
never
same
heard
thing.
this game.
They said, we really want it multiplayer, and we want it off-rails. And we kind of thought, that's a completely different game, but let's give it a shot. And so we got a crack team together. They put something really special. We got 4 maps. We got 6 different mechs, tons of weapons where you could just blast through the environment and other mechs alike. And it's really just an amazing experience. You can zip around in your mech. You can tower over others. It's just something special that I think you can try right now.
Is this coming out of early access? So you just said we can try it right now, but you've got the full version launching soon, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's coming out in July 17th. But you could try it right now if you want in early access. Help us iron out the kinks and break some mechs along the process.
I am no good at ironing out kinks, as I think people at home can see, Guy. But as a heavy mech woman, I can't wait for you to be my light mech wingman in that 2v2 PvP.
That's awesome.
So let's take a closer look at Archangel Hellfire.
Let's do it.
Team Deathmatch.
That's a few days out.
Our next title is one I've been looking forward to for quite some time. It's from the makers of Sherlock Holmes, and it's a delightful-looking Lovecraftian mystery. It's called The Sinking City, and joining me to talk about it is the community manager at Frogwares, Sergey Oganessian. Welcome, Sergey. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've earned a handshake.
Yeah, you
Welcome
nailed that
to the stage.
pronunciation.
I love that you lied to me so kindly. You know, I want to ask right away, The Sinking City, you know, there's a lot of open world, third-person type games. What makes The Sinking City different from what a player might expect?
Well, I mean, The Sinking City is an open-world action investigation game inspired by Lovecraft. And we believe that these three elements already make the game pretty unique. And you know, when I say that you can be
it's gonna get you.
in a world, in a supernatural world full of mystery.
You guys ever played the console?
And, you know, cosmic fear.
No,
like, I really mean it, because investigations are really at the
it.
core of The Sinking City.
It's really
good. I mean, I know there's a lot of games in the open world genre that are focused on action, but you say investigation is at the core. What are investigation mechanics? What does it look like?
So the first thing you should know right off the bat is that we are not going to offer any hand-holding for the player. We will not give you any clear objectives in your diary or, you know, markers on the map telling you where to go or what to do. It's actually up to you to figure that out. Instead, we will give you information, you know, hints, evidence, like clues, crime scenes to examine, like people to talk to, suspects to question. And we will ask you in return to use your wits and your intuition to, you know, experiment with your findings, you know, maybe like find a way how to progress. And what you should also know is that finding these clues will not only help you understand what's going on and, you know, get a better understanding of the world and its people, but it will also help you maybe change the course of your investigation.
You know, you mentioned the world itself. I mean, the footage that I've seen through the years has just been absolutely beautiful. Talk to me about the world that we're in and what investigation is at the core.
So the game takes place in this fictional city of Oakmont in the state of Massachusetts. You know, the city which is flooded. There is a terrible disaster going on which has claimed like thousands of lives. And also, like, it seems like it awakened frightening monsters which now roam the streets of Oakmont. You know, people that live in the city, they're very different, like different social classes.
Oh, yeah.
Gangs, cultists, poor people, rich people, but they are all united by fear. You know, they're all afraid, maybe except for the cultists, of course. They're all afraid
something
that,
out of Dead Space.
you know, for their lives. Because of the flood, because of the monsters. And you know, we actually want to understand what's going on. We want to understand what lies behind this ostensibly supernatural flood. And what's even funny is that while everybody is afraid, nobody wants to leave. But this is kind of a different story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the story world and how it's inspired by Lovecraft. What about the game mechanics? You've mentioned the sanity mechanic in the past.
Indeed, we do have a sanity mechanic which directly impacts gameplay. You know, when our hero is under a lot of stress, when he sees like something supernatural, something disturbing, or even when he's making choices in the story which he's not comfortable with making, you know, he will begin to lose his sanity. He's like, he will start to have hallucinations, he will start to hear distorted sounds, which will allow the player to understand that something is actually going wrong. Maybe we need to, you know, step back and do something about that. As of right now, we're still fine-tuning this mechanic because we are still looking, you know, for this sweet spot between impact on the gameplay and impact on the story.
Since we're almost out of time, I still just have to ask, what are the sweet monsters that we're going to get to see in the game?
Oh, we have different kinds of monsters. We have different kinds of archetypes, you know, with different abilities. And, you know, we actually give you tools. The game is not about fighting monsters. Investigation is the core of the game. But we give you tools to defend yourself. So we give you weapons, we give you skills, we give you even certain, like, traps. In return, we ask you that you make a decision, because the game is about making a decision. ammunition is scarce, and you will have to adjust your tactics accordingly.
So I know a lot of people have all sorts of questions about what the game is like. Where can they go to find out more information?
So if you're hungry for more, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This is where we post our updates regularly. Facebook, The Sinking City Game, YouTube, Frogwares. So go there, and like this is definitely the place to go if you want to learn more.
Well, I'm super excited personally to see how it turns out. Thanks for joining me on stage,
I mean,
Sergey.
I'm not a fan of those spiders, but I'm very curious about that game.
There's more than that.
Our next game
when it gets into the hallucinations and the deep end of it.
Better over the last few
If that
years,
trips
and
you
I'm
out, you
always
might
excited
want to
hear
skip
what
it.
They have in store.
I'm gonna try
Frankie
it.
is up on the balcony with the developers of Warframe. Talk to me, Frankie.
Well,
Warframe
we all
updates.
know the PC is home to some of the most devoted communities in gaming, and one of the best undoubtedly belongs to Warframe. Last year, the game got its first open-world update, Plains of Eidolon, and the next epic cinematic quest is called The Sacrifice, and we've got the exclusive launch trailer for you.
I'm pretty sure she wins like the most supple skin award of the entire conference. The entirety of E3.
Dude, she has fantastic skin, yeah.
I know, exactly. This looks sweet.
Oh, wow. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Want. It won't bring him back.
Okay. Megan Everett, community manager at Digital Extremes, joins me now.
Megan.
Cool.
Megan, tell me more about The Sacrifice.
So The Sacrifice is the latest installment of our cinematic quests. It continues a story that we started in The Second Dream, continued with The War Within, and then Apostasy Prologue. So at the end of last year, we kind of shattered some hearts and left them with a bit of a plot twist, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to maybe catch up. But what I can say is that, obviously from the trailer that you saw, the wait for Umbra, the 3-year wait to the Umbra Warframe is finally over. The creepy guy at the end of the trailer there, Ballast, plays a pretty big role in this quest. And again, not going to spoil a lot, but I can say that it's coming this week on PC.
And you guys are actually currently waiting, well, as well as the update, you're working towards TennoCon right now.
Yes, so it's going to be another big year for us, and I'm really excited for it.
Well, let's take a look at last year's event to get an idea of what TennoCon is all about.
What do you think the mega reveal at Tenno Live is going to be?
Can you tell me anything about this Umbra thing that's maybe going on or whatever?
It was pretty amazing.
Hey,
like,
Joe.
it's a whole new direction for Warframe, and all this. You got all these other games coming out, but this one's free.
When's 2018 happening?
Get it started.
Given that the community knows you as Auntie Megan,
oh God,
it must be huge for you to be at TennoCon.
TennoCon is really special for really everyone that works at Digital Extremes. The developers pour their heart and soul into what we do for TennoCon, and I know for me it was literally like the best day of my entire career. I know Rebecca, our community director at home, is watching. But last year when we did the Plains of Eidolon, open world expansion reveal, Reb and I were actually doing that as a live demonstration in front of everyone, and we had practiced it for months, and it went as flawlessly as we could have ever hoped for. And we actually, as people were cheering, it's pitch black on stage, Reb and I look at each other and we just kind of fist pump and both started crying because we didn't crash the demonstration. So if you watch Tenno Live this year, if you're there, you can definitely probably count on some tears and some emotions because it's a really big day for us.
So basically, bring tissues, right?
Bring tissues for yourself, for me, for everyone involved, because there will be some tears probably.
But if you can't get to TennoCon because unfortunately it is sold out, how can you watch it online?
So on twitch.tv/Warframe, you can definitely check it out. And PC Gamer is also hosting as well on their Facebook and Twitter.
And you get free stuff by watching Twitch?
You do. So if you want to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account, and all you have to do is watch and you get some free
Do you guys have a
Fantastic.
Twitch
So that's
account?
happening from July 7th, and you'll be able to watch TennoCon live through PC
I don't
Gamer's
know.
Twitch channel.
What
and
is
the
Twitch?
Opportunities.
Thank you, Auntie Megs.
I'm a mixer
Sean,
streamer.
it's over to you.
Thank you, Frankie, and thank you, Warframe. The next name is one I grew up with, Sega. They've become a prolific
I'm pumped for that
publisher of
Warframe
Japanese
update.
games
Sega.
known
Warframe's
for
so
their
much
fully
fun.
featured ports, especially beloved by this guy on the left. Sega's bringing shining resonance both to PC and console the same day, and Shenmue is going to be coming later this year. They have all sorts of games coming up. Let's take a look at what Sega's got in store.
Some Bayonetta.
Dude, Valkyria Chronicles, so good.
Didn't get down on it.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
So good.
I did get down on some Bayonetta though.
I just realized I was muted. I don't know how long I've been muted.
Oh. Really?
Tetris VR.
Oh,
Dude,
jeez.
I'm loving all the anime. This is an anime girl stream. You guy.
Tattoo simulator?
Oh my god, I thought that was another full-grown human that was hugging that dude was a giant. I was freaking out for a second. What is this game?
Yamate. That's a lot of anime.
Well, I'm excited.
Seganime.
What are they doing? I don't understand. What is
Valkyria
this for?
Chronicles 4?
It's all Sega published stuff. What do you mean, Lowco?
Like, is this games coming out? Like,
I think they're just showing them for now. Oh, and then they might talk about them, maybe.
Just montaging it. Oh.
Yeah. I think it's like, hey, remember Sega? Still going.
Yakuza's fun.
I never played Yakuza either.
I played the new one, and it was.
The new
I
one?
played a bit of it, and it was
A lot
really
of people
cool.
were
I liked
talking
it a
about
lot.
like it being really good.
Yeah.
It's
Sega.
Yakuza 0
Man, there's so
is
much
available
story.
for pre-order right now and will be releasing on Steam in early August.
Oh.
We hope you've been enjoying
There we
the
go.
show thus far. We have so much more great stuff to come. Let's see what's coming up at this year's PC Gaming Show.
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show, a new publisher reveals 3 new games, and the first ever gameplay footage of Overkill's The Walking Dead. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Show me that shit.
What?
What?
Yes. And I'm back.
What?
What? Give it
Our
to
next
me
guest
now.
is a regular here at the
That's
PC
interesting.
Gaming Show, having attended all
I
4
need-
years. Frankie's with him up in the balcony. It's Tripwire.
Sean, if you are anything like me, you probably need to let off steam every once in a while. And I personally can't think of a better way to do it than by kicking back and tearing up a load of monstrous enemies. It's kind of either that or pushing the office photocopier out of the window, and I, for one, prefer the option that keeps me and everyone here in a job. With that in mind, I am thrilled to welcome Bill Monk from Killing Floor 2 back to E3.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Got a lot of fans in the audience
yeah,
still.
yeah.
Listen to that applause.
Yep.
They all want to know what the latest from Tripwire and Killing Floor 2 is.
Yep, we've been really busy working on Killing Floor. And we got
Awesome.
some, we got 4 major updates that are coming out this year. The first one we dropped in March,
Wow.
and we're getting ready to drop the next one really soon.
Coming tomorrow.
Whoa,
Bill.
really?
What's involved?
Yeah, so we're bringing the summer sideshow back, but this time we're mixing circus freaks with steampunk in a really fun, exciting way. And we have a really cool new system that we're
Circus
adding.
punks?
It's called the Weapon Upgrade System. And with this, there's 73 different weapons that we have in our game, and each one you can upgrade it and make it
Steam
viable for
clowns?
late play. So it really adds a lot of creativity to your loadout. So I'm really excited to get that in people's hands.
So you can make your boy guns big.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Bill. Let's take a look at the trailer for Treacherous Skies Summer Sideshow.
Partially guilty. Not on my Christian stream.
Welcome aboard the HMS Queen Victoria, ladies and gents. Ringleader Lockhart speaking to you from, well, someplace
I
very
totally thought that was him, like, dropping bars right there.
I know, me too.
Spitting them out. I was like, oh, let's go with the music. All right.
I've got to get to my island in the channel. Now, listen up. I don't know how, but these
Killing Floor is so good.
Oh, yeah.
On board. I think
It's a lot like,
put on a show.
Doom
Of
stuff.
daring deeds and horrendous bloodshed.
I had a lot of fun in Killing Floor 2.
Absolutely, and I played like before. They only had like two main monsters.
Careful, lads. They're tough, even removing the head. We'll put these rebellious robots down. But take heart, lads and lasses. I have invented some new toys. The Doomstick. All barrels are better than two. The Static Strikers. A shockingly stylish set of gauntlets. And the M99 Sniper Rifle. And finally, there's a last-minute addition to the crew.
Watch this woman go.
Seems Mrs. Foster negotiated her way on board and is set on giving Zen
You won't like me angry.
the business. And remember,
The
we'll see
business.
you on the airship.
Sick, dude.
Fossey,
That was
joke
cool.
for you.
Nice.
Optician says my eyes
Fun
are
game.
okay. I say, then how do you explain my husband?
Now, as is tradition, the content that you just saw will be available tomorrow, including a free weekend for PC this weekend. Definitely check it out
So
with Killing
smart to
Floor
time
2.
that
But that's
stuff.
not all that Tripwire has. I have the president of Tripwire himself, John Gibson, on stage. John, welcome back again.
Thanks, Sean. Pleasure to be here.
Now, I understand that Tripwire is stepping into also doing publishing. What does that entail?
That's right. So, Sean, it's really challenging for developers right now with the thousands of games that are coming out every year.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get noticed. And then you have the traditional publishing deals. So we're giving developers fair deals. We're going to be helping them rise above that noise so they can get noticed. And because of our experience developing our own games and publishing our own games, we're going to help them with marketing, funding, mentoring, feedback to help them succeed.
Yeah, I mean, the game that we have on screen is one of those games. This is Road Redemption.
That is right. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be
Motorcycles,
publishing Road Redemption.
shotguns,
We're going to be helping them grow and succeed
pipe
even more on
bombs.
Steam, but
I'm in.
also bring the franchise beyond Steam.
Now, I know today you have a world-exclusive new game, hasn't been announced
We
yet.
do. Nobody knows.
Before we roll the trailer, I was wondering if you could give me a little bit of a tease.
Yeah, so we're working with the team at Blindside Games, and they're led by Alex Quick.
Oh, yeah, right.
So if you're familiar with the Killing Floor universe, you know Alex Quick was the modder that created the original Killing Floor mod, which Tripwire worked with Alex to bring commercial. And then Alex went off, assembled his own team, made the game Depth, which was sharks and humans fighting each other, very, very successful. And now it's come full circle. We're working with Alex again, and we're going to bring his all-new game to market.
Well, let's take a look at it right now. World-exclusive new upcoming game from Tripwire.
Oh no.
Close your eyes and imagine a place where the sun is bright and the beaches are white.
Got a bad feeling about
Days
this.
filled with southern charm.
Hunter, you can open your eyes now.
The water is as warm as the welcome.
Oh god. It's no.
Thanks, Faye.
Kick back and
Oh
relax.
god.
Enjoy the local cuisine. Your dream
Sharknado.
vacation is waiting for you here on the Gulf Coast.
I knew it.
Why you're so slimy?
Sound effects for this.
Go to manyourgame.com now to book your vacation.
Wait, do you play as the shark?
Operators are
Holy
standing by.
shit! What? I love this!
So hey, John, so you get to play as the shark.
You are the shark.
I love That is awesome.
This is an open world action RPG.
Wait, but I can't buy it yet?
Where you play as a shark, or as we like to call it, a shark PG.
Oh, nice. Okay, so so do you like upgrade and improve the shark? Is there like skill trees?
You do. There is a shark skill tree. Really?
Nani the fudge?
There is a full single player campaign. You eat your way through it. You get bigger teeth. You can jump out of the water and snatch people off piers and all of that fun stuff.
That is so cool.
I didn't realize this was a power fantasy I needed so badly. Now, where can people go to get more information about it?
November?
They can go to maneatergame.com.
24th?
All right. I doubt anyone will forget that here. That's maneatergame.com. John, thanks so much for joining me on stage. And once again, all the content that Tripwire showcased earlier about Killing Floor 2 and Road Redemption will be playable here at E3. Definitely.
Chat, are you playing
be
that game?
Sure to check
Are you hyped
out.
for that one?
Coming up next, Frankie has a whole slew
I don't
of
mind being the
unannounced
shark.
games. Frankie.
I love
Cheers,
this
Sean.
game. Man-eater looking tasty
Shark
there, and I
romance
can't
team.
believe they named a game after my favourite weekend activity. Indies are at the heart of PC gaming, and next up is a brand new publisher revealing 3 games for the very first time, releasing one of them, Behave Yourselves audience, today. So let's take a look.
Wait, what? I missed that.
Thank you.
Pokey humans.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Stardew Valley 3D.
Harvest Moon, the real OG.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa.
This is the reverse where he leaves the farm life to become.
Harvest the Matrix.
Harvestception, where you play a person playing a game. I have no idea what that was from that.
What do we do with it?
Yeah, harvests you in this game.
Oh.
I'd play this.
This hurts my eyes.
It hurts my ears.
What is your favorite color?
It is, but it still hurts my eyes.
If I wanted to be rude, I'd say, now you know how we feel, but your hair's pretty,
Whoa,
so.
Hunter! Whoa!
Whoa!
I complimented you!
They call me names all the time. I'm all for this.
Happy birthday, FhaeLin.
Thank you.
That's the one that's available. Okay, I'm about then.
All these
I don't know.
games
That was
look
pretty
like
underwhelming.
must-plays. And Overwhelmed,
that's
the
fair.
final game of the bunch,
I
is
know.
available on Steam right now with a special launch discount.
Oh,
so make
awesome.
sure you check that out after the show.
20%.
And if you're at E3 this week, head over to the PC Gamer corner of the Facebook booth inside the South Hall to give Overwhelm a try. Right, next up, it's time for us all to take a holiday, and where better than a virtual resort with some truly spectacular
$8.
wildlife. Back again this year are friends of the show, Frontier Developments, with a unique take on the park management genre. I am, of course, talking about Jurassic World Evolution.
Yeah.
Yes.
The game is out tomorrow and lets you build your own dinosaur-stuffed
I'm
tourist
not
trap.
very
What could
excited
possibly go
anymore.
wrong?
No?
That's
Yep.
the goal.
Silence.
I will be silent.
Violence.
This is the tycoon one, right?
Yeah.
I think that things are going to turn out differently, huh? Well, the ones before you did too.
Are they deaded?
Because they believed that they were in control.
They got free. Kill each other.
And control... Well, here's the thing. Humanity is
definitely
desperate
Jeff
for
Goldblum.
it.
It is, yeah.
We are seduced by it. Deceived by the illusion of it. But we never really possess it. Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us, it's that nature is on its own course. And when we interfere, when humanity tries to put nature into orderly boxes, chaos destroys them. And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the scope and power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win. I know, however, what I would predict.
I am so excited for that game.
Playing that.
Our next title is from Insomniac, who've been making amazing games for years, and they're going to try to take their expertise and answer the question, how do you make an open world game in VR? Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Stormland.
A great question.
I dig the animations already.
Yeah.
I remember this. I think. Didn't they? Did they tease that last year or something?
I don't know.
No, the style is so
All right, Marcus.
Eva. Lowco, are you hyped?
I keep coming out.
Do you see
Doesn't
your
look like
people?
anything to me.
No? They could be your relatives.
Wow. My grandchildren.
So this is in VR?
This looks good for VR.
Oh, I would get motion sick in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's the only reason I haven't picked up any VR stuff.
Nah.
It looks so good,
It
but
looks
honestly,
amazing. I will puke.
PlayStation VR?
No.
I could not.
Oculus. Yeah, I don't have VR yet. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it optimizes more and also till I move.
Joining me to talk about Stormland is the Chief Creative Officer at Insomniac Games. Join me in welcoming Chad Desern.
What a Chad. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Chad, welcome.
At least Chad isn't a Kevin.
Thank you. I want to start right away.
Kevin.
What is this game all about?
Well, in Stormland, you play as an android gardener. And an entity called the Tempest uproots your habitat and shatters your android body. So you've got to travel to a civilization above the Thunderheads to repair yourself and save your friends.
And I want to ask what open world means in VR.
Well, for us, it's about giving the player the ability to explore the world freely with a set of android movement abilities that are designed to give you complete agency.
Yeah, because that's always a huge question I have is how does motion work in any VR title?
Yeah, well, in Stormland, you can do things like fly just above the slipstream with your outstretched android hands.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser into the cloud surface and then make a ramp, kick off of that, climb up a cliffside, like literally launching yourself with your synthetic android strength, and then like push off and glide back down using your hands to control your descent.
Just massive freedom of movement, yeah.
That's it. It's this set of mechanics that are designed together to work fluidly so that movement feels exhilarating.
Yeah.
And you can kind of take the world at your own pace with it.
I'm curious why VR for this type of title?
There are a series of things that we're doing with Stormland that we could only do in VR. It's about the expressiveness of having tracked head and hands and how we use that for combat, how we use it for movement, even things like scavenging technology to attach it to your body. Like you look down, you get a new piece of tech and you attach it right into your arm. And then, you know, suddenly you've got the ability to harness electricity or cloak yourself or all kinds of different cool android abilities.
I mean, the art is just beautiful in the footage that we've seen. I wonder if you can talk to me a little bit about the world and what it means for it to be ever changing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So that entity called the Tempest rearranges everything every single week so that we present the player with new playgrounds of movement and combat and scavenging. And you never know what you're going to discover. So every single island you find has the potential to hide an enemy stronghold or a network of underground caverns or brand new tech to scout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask, where can we go for more information?
Well,
why are the streamers
stay
worse than
tuned,
chat?
By watching
Why?
The Facebook and Twitter with at Stormland VR, or you can check us out at insomniac.games.
Guys,
really
you
looking
can't
forward to it.
post
Thanks for
that
joining
word.
me, Chad.
Stop.
Once again,
You're gonna get timed out.
Oculus.com/Stormland for more information.
There's no
Frankie's up in the
Mish
balcony
Foley
with
allowed.
our next absolutely gorgeous looking
What about
indie
the
title.
It really is, John. Because next up, we've got a first look at a new game from publisher Raw Fury, a neo-noir detective drama featuring a Paris cabbie who finds himself
Shut up,
drawn
Faye.
into a world of crime. Sacré Ruddy Bleu. Yes, I speak French. I can't wait for this
Ruddy
one,
bleu.
so let's take a ride with the trailer.
You guys are terrible.
Sorry, no.
Guys, we're trying to pay attention to the quality cast here.
Professional, you're interrupting my cutscene. Listen. Parisien.
Parisien. Ouh là là.
Français, c'est très belle.
Bonjour.
Margaretti!
C'est magnifique.
Baguettes.
Love the vibe here.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
liking
this
music.
art style is sick too.
And with the jams,
I'm with it.
noir comic style, but super updated. A la Ruiner.
Sponsored by Lyft and Uber at the same time. Dude, I want the soundtrack.
It's
good. It's good.
It's good.
It's a good.
The magnificent.
If you like that last game, you'll definitely love our next one. It's from the exact same publisher, Raw Fury. It's an open world narrative
Raw
focused
Fury,
game
yeah.
with an incredible art style.
Heck yes.
Let's take a look at Sable.
Sable. Cool name. One letter off of Fable, which I was hoping to hear about.
So close.
Ooh, a few letters off of FhaeLin, which I like.
Wow.
I'm not even trying.
Whoa, this art style. Hold up.
This is cool.
Whoa.
I don't think I've ever seen a game like this.
I have, but this looks boss.
This is
Wow.
beautiful. Star Wars. What?
I'm about this 100%.
Like, I don't even need to know what the game's about. It's beautiful.
It looks like Journey, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It reminds me kind of like Journey.
Yeah.
Again, liking the music too.
You know what it also looks like? What is the game that came out recently too? Rhyme?
Rhyme.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Dude, I want to get like a tattoo in that art style. Holy moly.
Only if it moves.
Okay. Only if it moves.
Joining me to talk about Sable is pretty much the entire core development team on stage. It's Daniel Feinberg and Greg Kithriotis. I want to immediately ask,
Enunciation.
what kind of game is Sable? What
Yes,
can we
please tell us.
Sable
Are you
is
great,
an
friend?
open world desert exploration game. It's not a game about combat or about
Well,
leveling
you're
up.
not.
It's a game about solitude, and it's a game about exploration.
Look at that.
You
That
play
was
as
really
Sable,
cool.
a girl
Oh,
leaving
God,
Earth,
and the 3D immersion to it.
explore
Mhm.
this world filled with monumental
Please
architecture,
tell me it's out.
fallen spaceships,
Noting
and
this
you'll
down.
travel around on your hover bike, learning about the people, the culture, and the history of this world.
And you know, I talked about it before. I think this art style is amazing. Where's the origins of this?
So we were really heavily inspired by the clear lines style of French and Belgian comics, as well as Japanese animation.
I love this.
Particularly Studio Ghibli.
I can see the
So,
Studio Ghibli
we really want to feel our players
reference
to feel
too,
the same sense
kind
of wonder that you get
Yeah?
from watching
Yeah.
one of their films. And so from the very beginning, we knew that we really needed to nail the visual style.
It's not up on their site yet.
So we put a lot of time and sort of effort into our rendering system, and yeah, we're really pleased to be able to show it to everyone.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that
Their
you
logo's
two
really cool,
consist
too.
of most of the core development, the
Raw Fury?
art and
Oh, you mean for
programming.
the
What
game,
about
yeah.
the music that was in that trailer?
Yeah, so that was a new track by Japanese Breakfast. who
Oh,
is-
yeah, the T-shirt. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
right.
so she,
Aha.
Michelle, she is doing the soundtrack for the game. Japanese Breakfast is one of my
Nice.
favorite bands right now. It's incredible to have
Well, I
her
mean,
on
it
board.
all just came together so
gonna check
beautifully
them
in the
out.
trailer, and I know that you guys are really regular about updating, you know, blogs,
I could
sharing
never
what's
like be
going
a
on with
stage
development.
host.
Where
I would
can
be
people
just
go to find
too
more?
into
So they
everything.
can go to our Twitter account, check
have
out
to kick me off.
They're on
Stand,
Spotify,
or
by the
check
way.
sablegame.com.
Yeah.
Lovely
I mean,
gentlemen.
how
Thanks
would
so
you
much
get
for
me to
joining
stop
me.
like
Once again,
pod
the name of the
champing?
game
Exactly.
is
Or just
Sable.
like,
Our next title
Get
is
outta
one
here.
that has been in development, even showing up in our very first PC gaming show. It's Cloud Imperium Games still hard at work on their title, Star Citizen. Let's see what they have in store.
I could only be a host for Devolver, honestly.
well, the amount you curse, you'd be
Well, yeah, you can't
one.
go like one sentence without swearing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I really like the transitions for this showcase. Like, it's very well done. I like it. It's very like.
I'm
Is
enjoying
it
it.
really Star Citizen right now?
Yeah, Star
I'm
Citizen.
sure they have like an update or something.
How long has this game been in?
Oh,
like,
it's not even close.
what?
Quick note, in an interview this morning, Fallout 76 had a thing about private worlds, so we should be good to go.
Oh, cool.
I like that.
That's what HB Fox is telling me.
Nothing more about the Star Wars game. Nope. I mean, it's a massive game, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, massive doesn't necessarily equate to like all of that being legitimate content.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying, but
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, you have to release a game at some point.
Wow, tell that to some devs on Steam.
Give me their numbers. I'm gonna call them right now.
I'll tell them.
Well, I mean, I'd rather them have like a nice finished product, you know? And for some companies, like they had to completely like trash a title and restart it and everything.
Totally.
It sucks. Being a dev is so hard, and I have so much respect for them. I really do.
But you know, if you see that your project, the
Coming up on
deadline
the
is like
PC
getting
gaming
pushed
show,
back
all new
over
gameplay
and
Wait,
over
what was-
just make it smaller scale, you know?
That was Star Citizen?
Wait.
That was
The
all they
final
showed for Star
season,
Citizen?
All
Yeah.
new gameplay footage
That
of
was it.
Hitman. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Well, I mean, it's sort of just like a, hey, remember Star Citizen.
Oh, hey, we're still here.
We're talking about games. We're also going to talk about some of the upcoming hardware trends. To join me in talking about it is the senior brand manager from Acer. It's Eric Ackerson. Thanks for joining me up here, Eric.
Sean, really excited to be here.
Now, I just want to straight up ask, what are some of the big trends that consumers can be expecting right now?
Well, right now we're developing some new products, particularly in the display space. We want to take the experience to the next level. To help with that, one of our new products is the Predator X27. It's an incredible gaming display. For instance,
I
it's
need a
4K
sexy
and 120
monitor.
hertz refresh. The users can overclock to 144. But what really takes it over to the next level is the inclusion of G-Sync HDR.
You know, I hear a lot about HDR. Can you explain
I don't
more
understand any
in
of this
detail
crap.
what that is and what that
Interesting.
means?
Well, there's quite a bit that goes into it, but for the purpose of this conversation, the fact that there are 384 individual backlit zones.
In the
So the
displays.
backlighting can be individually
Yeah.
controlled, really bright, very dark. It makes a better contrast
Beautiful.
on screen. Each of them are individually controlled. The brightness of the screen is far above a typical display. Typical, you're looking at 300 to 400 nits. We're looking at 600 with the Predator X27 with a max of 1,000
He's going so
nits.
fast.
And you know, some of the
See, this gets
titles that were
problematic for me
showcased,
because I always
just
want to
now,
see
there's a wide
what
variety
you're
of
going to
some
see, you know, as a
photorealistic,
viewer.
some of the really
I don't want that to be out of
iconic art
sync.
style. How does HDR
Yeah,
contribute to that
absolutely.
big range
I mean,
we
I
see
even
in games?
noticed
Well,
a
one
lot
of the
of
big
time
things
too,
that helps is the color gamut that's available
my
with these
monitor's
displays.
color is like completely
We're able
off,
to do
so I'll have like my
99% of
camera
the
and I
Adobe
will
color
look like an
gamut.
Oompa
So
Loompa.
it's better representing the vision of the art director.
Yeah, and some of the games that you
I don't
see
look
on
like an
screen
Oompa
that
Loompa,
support
right?
HDR, Mass Effect Andromeda, Far Cry 4, and Ni no Kuni.
I've seen you IRL, can't
You don't see them
confirm.
in HDR right now unless you have an HDR monitor. It doesn't
Not
work
Oompa
that way. We
Loompa.
can't just stream it to you.
That
But,
Andromeda.
you know, it brings me to one of my next questions about PC gamers tend to have a huge range of
Get it
possible
outta here.
budgets. What are the different sort of products to look for at those price ranges?
Well, I mean, we cover the gamut from very simple and to the point to high performance esports products or
Esports.
multi-view surround multi-display products. But we also go
Yes.
really crazy sometimes. We decide.
Well, I gotta get it
We
then.
put our engineers to the test.
I'm
What can you do if
esports.
you have no limit? So one of the projects we've worked on is something called the Predator 21X. This is a
It'll help
21-inch
my flick
curved
shots
screen
in CS:GO.
laptop with a mechanical keyboard
How do you
and
close
two
it if it's
graphics
curved?
cards.
Professional
Yeah,
Fortnite
science.
player right here.
Materials. We did.
Science.
We did a really good thing. But you know what? To be serious, not just to joke, we actually have to ship this with a Pelican case to protect the laptop, and it sells
Yeah.
for $9,000. And we
It's
sold
better-
every single
A
unit.
big
we
old
could make.
beefer.
Out
So
gold.
we cover every spectrum.
That
of
laptop
gaming.
better deliver
You know,
me
you
gold.
brought up this Predator laptop. You brought up
9,000?
Predator monitors. At the start of
9,000
this
for
segment.
what?
Where can people go to
For a laptop.
hear more about it?
Well, this
or even
obviously is not
pick
a
one up once
like
they
general
sold out?
consumer
So
product.
that's the good
Absolutely.
news is that
But
we're
still,
shipping now.
no.
This is
Our
this is like
customers
this is
are
like
selling
first
them. The bad
generation
news is
high
a few have
tier
already sold out of
display.
this new Predator X27 monitor. I believe Micro Center is still in stock. Amazon will be in stock again soon.
9,000.
Thank you so much for joining me on stage,
9,000, that's a
Eric.
great bargain. I think I'll buy
Frankie
two.
is awaiting in the balcony with our very
I'll take out
next
a
title.
small loan of $9 million.
The PC has always been the platform for crazy ideas. In our next game, Genesis Alpha 1, you build and manage a space
Genesis
vessel,
Alpha
farm
1, you
resources,
can't get
deal
more
with terrifying
preliminary than
alien
that.
infestations, and explore a vast,
More
randomly
fundamental.
generated universe. Oh, and
No,
you can take DNA from the
pre-Genesis
aliens you
Alpha
encounter
1 would
across
be
the
before
galaxy,
that.
splice them with members of your crew to create new life forms. Just a typical day at the office. Let's take a look.
Greetings, Commander.
So typical.
You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find a new home for the crew on board of this ship. Expand your ship and explore the galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms. Feel free to experiment with DNA
Dude, that character.
and alien abilities to
Body
maximize
type.
crew efficiency.
What was that?
Ready your weapons.
Fallout?
Yeah, it does
Question
look
mark?
like Fallout.
Is this the
The
Fallout we
menu,
want?
like-
Yeah.
Those things look like from maybe like Prey or something.
Now I wonder if this is what was it called? Starfield? Just Fallout in space?
Right?
Oh god.
Whoa. September 4th. Okay.
Now, if you didn't catch the pre-show quiz, you might be wondering who my buddy is. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is Webster from Drake's Cakes, one of the PC gaming show's sponsors this year. And he's got a cool competition for you. Cool. The Drake's Cakes PAX giveaway.
Very shiny.
Oh, yes. PAX is a gathering of PC and tabletop games, concerts, panels, exhibits, and tournaments. It's like a four-day LAN party, festival, workshop, and concert rolled into one.
Can I win cake?
The very lucky winner will enjoy a trip to PAX, including 2 tickets and a free trip to Seattle. So if that's you, hit me
Ice cream cake is the best.
Because I am free. Webster, my man duck, this is very generous of you indeed. And
Webster,
by entering,
my
guys,
man
you
duck.
will get a discount code to get your hands on
I want a man duck.
Cakes available on Amazon. And if you're at E3 itself, don't forget you
crazy.
can meet Webster in person at the E3 Concourse Walkway, where he'll be giving away Drake's swag and tasty treats all week. So if you see him, give him a fist bump on my behalf. I'll take one now. Thank you very much, Webster. So if you have ever dreamt of spending a weekend knee-deep in one of Earth's best gaming festivals, visit pcgamer.com/Drake's Cakes and enter now for a chance to win and hang out with Webster. All right, Webster, all this hosting has got me a bit
What the
peckish.
duck?
How about we look at a trailer for the next edition of Clay Entertainment's beloved survival series, Don't Starve, Hamlet.
Love Don't Starve.
Yes.
That was like my first big break on my stream was playing Don't Starve.
Dude, I love Clay games.
I think it's so
They're amazing.
The art style is amazing, but I fall asleep playing it because it relaxes me so much.
Relaxes you?
It relaxes me.
Dude, I'm sweating bullets.
This looks so cool.
Wow.
Oh god, bats.
This all looks incredible.
It's scorpions?
Wow.
Hamlet. Wow, that's coming in December.
Our next title is the next installment in a series that never fails to make me laugh. It's Just Cause 4, and they have a brand new engine to bring the level of delicious insanity one notch up. Let's take a look at what the Apex engine in Just Cause 4 can really do.
What are you over?
Just cause. Okay.
Just cause.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. Be right back.
Okay.
Tag me in when you get back.
Okay. Cool.
Damn it, Hunter, you beat me.
You guys should just go now.
What,
I mean,
leave
you've seen the trailer 3 times.
alone?
Dude, I can entertain chat. I kind of do that on my own
Chat with
anyways.
her nose boogers running.
You guys go potty. I'll take over commentary.
Specifically, no other boogers, the nose ones. Go now, it's just cause. All right,
It's a just cause to go.
It was so fun. He was so hilarious. Dude.
Bye, Faye.
Physics-based
I'll take good care of chat, Hunter. Don't worry.
You can wingsuit into the tornado off of a motorcycle that you drove onto the back of a plane. Like,
Joining me.
there's
to
no
talk
such thing
about
as
it
too much
on
Just
stage
Cause.
Now, from Avalanche Studios,
I mean,
it's
you know what we're gonna get, though.
Excuse me, Francesco.
Yeah, Just
Angelini,
Cause. It's gonna be great, and I'm gonna have a good time.
Welcome. Talk to me about the
Kickflip
tornado.
that helicopter. Yeah.
Fantastic, isn't it? So it's a very nice piece of tech. It's not just beautiful, but thanks to Apex, it's also a bad boy that actually works. It's fully physicalized.
Yeah.
This means that it's roaming the world, wreaking havoc, and
it's not just like a background piece. It's actually impacting the world before you.
This is just cause, man. You go there and you play with it. Yeah.
You know, throughout the trailers that I've seen, it seems to be a lot of different environments that are available throughout. Can you talk to me about those?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things to us with this installment of Just Cause was bringing a lot more variety into the game, and that extends to a lot of things, but certainly the biomes of the game. So instead of one kind of region of, like, say, southern Italy, like we had last time, now you have lush rainforests, deserts, grassland, and even alpine biomes, all of which, you know, are rendered beautifully with the new Apex engine.
Now, something that's very important to me is some of my favorite features from Just Cause 3. Can you talk to me about, like, the wingsuit and the grappling hooks? Like, are those coming back in Just Cause 4?
Everything you love from Just Cause 3 is back.
Good.
But everything is also just better. There's more to do, more to discover. For example, the grappling hook is completely customizable. The combat model has been completely reworked, redesigned, enhanced, so new weapon, new enemies, new AI. We've got extreme weather that interacts with grappling hook and parachute.
The wind that we saw from the tornadoes, is just like basic wind effects also get incorporated as well?
Again, it just goes, so nothing, just an effect. So if there is wind, it's physics and acts with your parachute, grappling hook, and the rest. Yeah.
Well, where can people go to get some, we'll call it first-hand footage of what Just Cause 4 can deliver?
They can check it out at justcause.com/E3 and for 3 days.
That's right. Believe it or not, E3 hasn't started yet. Starts tomorrow.
I was feeding my cats,
June
Faye.
12th through 14th. You can check it out. Thanks so much for joining us on stage. I look forward to the hilarity of Just Cause 4.
Oh my God.
Now,
But
our
now
next
Hunter's gonna
title
miss
is one of my all-time favorite IPs. I can't wait for Frankie to talk to you about The Walking Dead.
Talk to us, Frankie.
Oh, he's missing the best one too,
Overkill
Walking
Software
Dead.
and Starbreeze are the creators of Payday and Payday 2.
Let's go.
Therefore, it goes without saying that these studios are some of the most
I'm ready for
talented
this.
makers of cooperative shooters. And their
Dude,
next
I'm-
one
I'm-
is set
I'm
in a
excited
familiar
for
but
this.
new apocalyptic Washington, D.C.
I'm fucking pumped for this.
Here's the
DC
first
again,
gameplay
man.
footage for Overkill's The Walking Dead. And keep your eyes peeled for the release date at the
That's
end.
3 DC games.
Let's go.
Fallout, Division.
I didn't miss
Walking
nothing.
Dead.
And before you sass me, I didn't touch any of my bits, so I didn't have to wash my hands.
Whoa.
One of the great joys of doing the things I do.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I forgot your
That's gonna be a
toilet's
yikes
in
from
your
the
room
dog.
too.
Yes, it's
so.
literally right behind
Husbands
the.
and wives, doctors and teachers, writers and architects. But when the world ended, all that ended too.
Hunter doesn't wash his hands.
Not since 1983.
Every day we fight for more than survival. We fight to build a new life.
Oh, my dog.
Oh my dog.
My dog. Oh, goodness.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Alone?
Yes.
Yes.
We're
Skull
weak.
stomping.
Fuck yes.
But
Oh, my
together,
doge. Oh, my
we might
doge.
stand a chance.
There's been Telltale Walking Dead games.
Yeah, but nothing like this.
Nothing like this.
The Telltale's on an entirely different speed.
Yeah. November 6th?
November 6th.
Pre-order June 12th.
I love zombie games.
Come on.
And I have
love
more
zombie
good
games.
news for fans of The Walking Dead. Overkill's game for The Walking Dead, of course, coming soon, but we have a second completely different Walking Dead game that we're getting the chance to talk about right now.
What?
This is Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season.
Yeah!
Joining me on stage to talk about it is the lead
Clementine.
writer,
Clementine!
James Windler, and the voice
I haven't
of
played a
Clementine
single
Protagonist.
Walking
herself,
Dead game.
Melissa
If
Hutchison.
Clementine is not the protagonist, I'm rioting right now.
Clementine.
I'm not gonna listen to this one.
Clementine.
Sean.
Thanks for joining me on the stage.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
I
Now,
played
I
them
wanna
all, too.
ask right
All of them.
away for, people who've played through the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. In terms of the gameplay, what's some of the familiar and what's some of the new?
Okay, so for people who don't know Telltale, we are a story-based company. We focus on narrative.
Clementine.
We've had our roots in the old school point-and-click adventure games, but we've developed our own cinematic style.
Wait, what?
And almost a signature mechanic, like our choice wheel.
Yeah. So
and
she's
that's
the same
all
age.
familiar. That should, the choices branch the narrative.
Lowco's
What's new this year? We have traditionally combat and action. We've done with QTEs and like swipes and button mashes and all that.
Yes.
This year, with the final season, we're
yeah.
introducing segments of unscripted combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see some of this right here.
Yeah. So Clem probably just brutalized a zombie there.
Clementine gets a
course she is.
boyfriend.
And
oh yeah, so we also have the orbital
so
camera, like the
pretty.
over-the-shoulder
She is.
camera. So that's like offering our players
want
opportunities to
spoilers,
explore
that's
our
why
environments,
she's
which you can
not
also
looking.
see from the B-roll. Is like they're looking really, really good with this graphic black art style that we're employing.
Yeah, because in the previous games it was much more of a directed camera from scene to scene, but now you can really sort of explore the environment on your own.
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah.
Now I want to ask about the story. I mean, Telltale games always have that as the central feature. Where does The Walking Dead, the final season, start off?
Okay, so it starts, Clementine has been on the road for a long time. We are post-time jump in the comics. She's been on the road. She's traveling with AJ, who is an orphan boy, who is the closest thing that she has to family. But they're reaching the end of it. They are running out of steam on the road. It's proving to be untenable.
I think
the final season,
like that,
Clementine
15,
discovers a school, a secluded school where there are no adults, and essentially sees that this might be a place that they could call home.
Yeah, and what are the sort of challenges that
Was
she's going
she
to
this
face throughout the
age,
season?
Iron Candy?
All kinds of challenges.
in the previous one
like
too?
zombie threat all the time.
Tough.
Yeah, of course. And then there's always the external threat. Like
I don't know.
at some point, there are going to be
How old was
adults
AJ
coming
in
in
the last
representing
ones?
external threats that she's going to have to deal with.
Now, Melissa, I want to ask what your experience has been like, because it's rare to have
AJ was
a
like,
voice
he wasn't
actress
walking.
journey
No, it's
along
not
with a
her
character
kid.
in a multi-year journey. I mean, how long ago was the first recording that you did?
Well, it was 2012, but we might have even started in 2011. I don't know.
Okay, maybe 18.
We're not going to do math on air.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
always
doing
a
math.
bad idea.
That's not happening right now. It's been a long time, and it's not only just playing one character,
Wait,
it's
who does
actually
she voice
been
act?
aging with her,
Clem,
and
does she
growing
voice
with
act
her,
Clem?
and
Yeah.
falling deeper and deeper in love with her, and starting as this young child who's, as playing as Lee, it's your job to protect her, and then organically moving through all these seasons, and now you're playing as Clementine. I mean, really, this is a fan-driven game, so this final season is for the fans, and
Neither have I.
you're
but I
gonna be
don't
playing
care
as
either.
Clementine and protecting AJ, and this is just near and dear to my heart. And
I mean, how do you feel about the fact that this is the end?
Well,
Lowco isn't even
I mean, it's
wearing her
bittersweet. I'm
headphones,
super
so-
sad.
Yeah,
I'm super
we're good.
psyched.
It's okay.
I'm, of course, it'll be sad to end her journey.
She's
but
getting her quick nap.
I'm really looking forward. Obviously, I'm surrounded by talent with Telltale Games, and I have no doubt that the writers and the creatives are going to crush it. So sad but happy. It's all very confusing. I'm a very confused human right now. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I'm someone who's played through all of the Telltale Walking Dead games. I'd love to know when the final season is coming.
Yes.
August 14th. We ship August 14th, and it's available for pre-order right now.
What?
Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me on
Nice.
stage today. Once again, that's thewalkingdeadgames.com, or you can find it on Steam as well. For our next title, Frankie, we're going to head back to you on the balcony.
Next
Lowco,
up,
come back to
I've
us.
got a treat for you. Coming straight out of Finland from Nolla Games,
She's
it's a
dead.
magical
I can hear
action
you guys
roguelike
yelling.
that asks, is that a
Come back,
wand in
it's
your
done.
pocket? Oh,
Okay.
you just trying to kill me. Don't let the retro art style fool you. Noita is set in
I haven't played a
procedurally
Walking Dead
generated
game yet,
world
so
where
I don't
every
wanna,
pixel is physically
risk anything.
simulated. Let's take a look.
There's zombies. There.
This looks like Dead Cells. Faria?
Whoa!
Whoa.
That was sweet.
That's interesting. Oh.
This ambient
Spiders.
Ooh, I love the particle effects in this pixel art. That's cool. I like that a lot.
That looks neat.
Our next title is one that's very near and dear to my heart, as it is the spiritual successor to one of my favorite childhood games, Theme Hospital. Joining me to talk about it are the two founders of 2 Point Studios to talk about 2 Point Hospital. Join me in welcoming Dr. Webley and Dr. Carr.
Hospital was my jam. Theme Hospital was my jam.
Wow. Great suits. I mean, I gotta ask, as two fully trained medical professionals, how does one run a
How many
hospital
medical
in 2 Point
professionals do we have in chat?
I'm a doctor.
Wait, oh my gosh, is the stethoscope eliminating your microphone? Oh, you know what? We do this every year. Come here, talk to me.
Okay.
How do we run a hospital?
So 2 Point Hospital is a game about designing and building your own hospital.
Yeah.
Do you think
Talk
that was on
directly
purpose?
at my tie.
No.
You said don't.
That's how fluid Day 9 is.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah, no, just
awesome
look straight at the
improv there.
ground.
There's a lot of customization.
That's why he's on these shows, for real.
Looking at all.
Yeah, it's great.
Doing great. Carry on.
I'll carry on then. Yeah, a lot of customization, a lot of interesting characters in our world, which with all these different characters, we had to come
I
up with some
actually
really
never
interesting
played Theme Hospital, but I love these type of games.
illnesses.
Yeah, oh my God.
You have
Oh my
fun in
God.
2 Point
I know,
House,
I know it's
exploring
right up my
different
alley.
regions and
It's so
curing
worth
people with
it.
different ailments. And as you can see
Oh
on the
my
screen,
God.
we've got.
Where did that
this
go?
is real. We actually researched this. It's a certain element. And also you can train
Lower back.
people. You can train your doctors to be better, your nurses to be better. Do research so you can unlock new wonderful cures.
Yeah. You know,
saying everything, isn't he?
Sorry, I didn't know if
it's
my mic was
great.
working. I was a bit backfilling. Carry
Yeah,
on.
so I mean, no, tell me about it. Like, what is the sort of late game sort of experience that you'll be playing through? Because this looks like it's quite deep into the running of a hospital.
Yeah, this is later on. So you start
But he
off and
fixed his mic.
you're researching and you're training up
where is
staff,
that person's
you're
head?
diagnosing illnesses, and you're
I think
hopefully
it's
curing
stuck
them and
in
making
the-
money. And then
He has turtle head.
Oh,
I see this
it's not.
malady. Yeah, I see this
Oh, yeah, his
malady
head is in
called
his-
turtle head.
He's gonna
Can you
pick it up
explain a
down
little
the
bit
hall.
about what that is?
Yes. It's when the head becomes so shrunken, it gets stuck in the neck orifice, just pops out slightly. And
That's actually
it has
a thing?
to be extracted.
No.
And,
They're
Mark,
made up.
Fake.
this is something you've maybe we've all been there. I know.
Yeah.
This is one where a little bit of suction always helps, and
Yeah. And
it's gone.
And out it comes. Yeah.
Now,
We had to research how to do that.
That's actually a real illness. From
Yeah, it is. It's
northern
real.
England.
Now, I had to ask about something that I think every young man has to deal with at some point. What is a monobrow infestation?
Yeah.
Infestation?
Well, monobrow
Nice.
is
Follically enhanced.
Yes.
Problem. We've all been there.
I'm follically enhanced.
I mean, if
No,
anybody
okay.
saw that
But
clip of
it
me,
needs to be diagnosed and
Jew
cured
thing?
pretty quickly. If it doesn't,
Yeah,
it'll fester.
that monobrow
and,
infestation,
You might
no.
shed
Did you,
a
like-
bit of hair.
My
and in
brother.
fact,
Bono
And it
beast.
can- It will
Completely.
actually leave the body and
Oh my God,
it
they
needs
have
to
this.
be
Oh my God.
got rid of
I love it.
before the
It's
health
insane.
inspectors arrive.
It looks like the monobrows are
same.
multiplying in the hospital.
They breed they're big breeders.
This is why I take my
they
plucking
like-
very
they
seriously.
like dirty places.
I gotta look out for everybody else.
oh goodness.
Wow.
So you've got to
Those
keep your
monobrows.
hospital clean and well maintained.
They're like rabbits.
Otherwise,
Mono
they're gonna
beasts.
breed and you'll have a trouble.
I want to ask about sort of how the game evolves over time, because Theme Hospital was very mission-based. How
Yeah.
does the experience of running a hospital change as the game goes on?
Yeah, so once you've started your first hospital, it's a pretty simple affair, and then you move on through 2 Point County. There's different regions. There's a cold region. There's warm regions with contagious diseases, and there's
poor regions, there's rich
disasters as well,
regions.
Yeah. So we've got volcanoes.
Yeah,
in fact,
we've got all sorts of wonderful weird effects can happen in different parts of the
So
world.
you might struggle to manage your hospital empire because a
Yeah.
volcano went off nearby.
Yeah, it's about spinning plates, isn't it? You've got everything set up nicely, and then
Something
a curveball's
happens.
thrown at you. So.
Well, I'd love to know more information about when 2 Point Hospital is coming out.
Well, we're coming up to fall, and you can check us out by going onto our Steam page and hopefully wish listing.
Yeah.
And,
Definitely
we're
playing
coming
that
later in the year.
We're told to say that.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm personally, again, really looking forward to it coming out. Thanks so much for joining me, Doctor and Doctor.
Thank you.
Talk about 2 Point Hospital.
Doctor. I'm excited to learn how to take care of my
Our second
monobrow.
Battle Royale game of the afternoon takes a fantasy RPG-esque bent, and you may have even seen it getting streamed on Twitch in the previous week.
Royale.
Let's take a look at Hi-Rez's Realm Royale.
See, haven't seen it yet.
It looks really cool. I'm watching some people play it.
Yeah, I was watching
Someone
people
posted a
play
clip
Okay, so it
earlier.
looks like Fortnite.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean the graphical style that they utilize
Yeah.
was already that. Yeah, look at Paladins.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's different like abilities and
Joining
skills
me
that
to
you
talk
can
about
have.
Realm Royale is the executive producer at Hi-Rez Studios. It's Rory Newbrough, aka Dry Bear. Mr. Dry Bear, what separates Realm Royale from other types of battle royale games in the genre?
It's a good question. So before you go up into the air to determine where you land on the map, you'll actually choose from a list of fantasy classes like mage or hunter or assassin and specify a unique play style before you land.
How do these different classes work?
So the engineer will be more about bunkering down, putting up shields, putting down turrets. The assassin will get behind the lines using stealth, use a sniper rifle to take out targets. And the warrior will just jump in there throwing axes and being crazy.
And, you know, in some of the streams that I've watched, it also seemed like there were abilities, not just the loot and find stuff. Can you talk to me about how the ability mechanics work?
Once you choose a class, it'll come with a set of abilities, and you'll actually be upgrading these during the match, but it specifies your play style. And so as you're looting, abilities as well as armor and weapons will come out of the chest.
Okay.
You'll start equipping that and determining the play style you want, and so you can just really specify.
And you know, you mentioned this a little bit. I've seen it on stream. Talk to me about crafting in the game. I mean, how does crafting work in a game where there's a constantly shrinking play circle?
We're really excited about this. So strewn across the map, there are places called forges. And so once you go to the forge, you'll collect shards from disenchanting loot you find as you're going about. And you'll use these shards to start crafting legendary gear, very powerful pieces that everyone will want.
Yeah.
Once you start the forge, a smokestack will appear above the forge, and everyone comes over to fight.
Like a mini objective even.
Big team fight.
So I know that Realm Royale is
Yeah.
currently available for free on Steam, but I hear that you have some goodies people can check out that are E3 exclusive.
That's right. So free on Steam. We're actually out for less than a week now, and we were already number 4 on Steam charts. And this week at E3, through Mixer, if you stream on Mixer and you're playing, the streamer that gets closest to the Crown Royale will enter into the hype zone, and so everyone will see you on. You'll be featured on the main page.
I saw that the other day looking in there.
To win the jailbird chicken
You
skin,
got some
which
cool
is our first piece of
stuff.
cosmetic.
The hype zone
It's
is
a little chicken
really
with like
The way that they structured that.
like prisoner outfit and just box around. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and if you don't
Like
know the
I
chicken
like
mechanics,
watching
seriously,
VR games,
please look it up right
and
now.
like that's
Rory,
like perfect.
Thanks so much for joining me on stage
Like,
to talk
I've definitely
about
watched
Realm
that
Royale.
before.
Once
It's
again,
really neat.
it's for free on Steam
2 Point
right
Hospital.
It's great
now.
for streamers too,
Our
'cause,
next
like,
game is
it
one
features
No, that's
any
Realm
streamer.
Royale.
last year's PC gaming show, and Frankie has some updates of what they've been up to.
Yes, John, as you may remember, our next game is made by a core team of just 2 people. It's called Ooblets, and it's a farming and creature collecting game alongside
yes.
Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing. This fresh trailer features a first look at the
I'm so
unique
excited.
combat
I'm
system,
excited
along with
for
plenty
Ooblets.
of cute Ooblets
I
and
don't know what
environments.
that is.
I
Let's
love
take a
cute
gander.
stuff.
Yo, ice cream.
Yeah.
Those are some serious eyebrows.
Work it.
Why do I feel like a little girl?
Double fine.
Look at the collection.
I can't stop smiling.
That little jog.
Isn't that how you run? I jog like that and I anime run like Naruto.
Yeah, doing with the shoulders first. Ooh, blitz.
When does this come out?
Now, it wouldn't be a PC gaming show without a dash of strategy, which is why I'm delighted that we get the chance to share with you the next in the Anno games. Let's take a look at Anno 1880.
This is gonna be good.
Ooh. Oh. Wait, this is Ubisoft too?
That's what it said.
No.
They
What?
just, did it just say
Yeah,
that?
it just said it.
Is Ubisoft publishing Anno?
Maybe. Might be.
Dude.
You know what? Yeah, maybe.
I think so. I'm pretty sure I saw it.
I think the last Anno game.
Oh, they own Anno apparently.
Yeah, I think it did. I think it is in my Uplay.
They released the last several. Okay.
They just couldn't fit it in their conference.
I mean, they had so much content, right?
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the executive producer, Burkhard Rathheiser, and community developer, Bastian Thun. Gentlemen, welcome to the stage. I want to begin right away by asking, for people who haven't seen or experienced the Anno series, what are these types of games like?
Yeah, well, Anno 1800 is a PC only real-time strategy game, and it's kind of mixing city building together with economic simulation and naval warfare. And at its core, it's a sandbox game, so you have a vast amount of freedom to explore the world and build huge cities.
And I wonder if you could talk to me a little bit about why the choice of the 19th century for this game.
Well, the 19th century, it's such an interesting and rich era. There was so much happening in this era. So we had two industrial revolutions. We had major scientific inventions and also big social changes, and also the creation of the big imperial empires. So it's a really rich era.
And what are some of the elements that we'll get to see from the 19th century in Anno 1800?
So it's kind of, for the player, it's, well, basically you start with the first kind of medieval settlements, and then it's a kind of a journey through the 19th century. So it's a kind of, you explore everything that kind of happened in this rich era.
And I understand that you have a very unique take on how to work with the community, how to gather feedback. I was wondering if you could talk to me about what is Anno Union?
So last year at Gamescom, when we actually revealed the game, we decided on, you know what, it's pre-alpha, we revealed the game. We invited the community to basically become a member of our development team. So we launched our Anno Union platform. It's a place where we give constant weekly updates on the current development and invite players to give feedback and basically help us developing the game.
Can you give me like an example of exactly how some choices have been steered by the community?
So there's a lot of different stuff we did. So like from feedback we got on our blogs and focus playtests where invited players. We got so much great feedback, which had to completely rebalance the mid and late game of the game. Also, we heavily expanded on core features of the game based on feedback. We said like, okay, that really seems to work. Players like that, so okay, let's do it, like improve the quality a little bit even more. But they can also vote on actual game content. So we had a big vote for an AI opponent in the game,
only.
for a community creation contest where they could create their own island and stuff like this.
And I understand that some of this footage that you're sharing right now is pieces that people can go to anno-union.com and vote on right now.
Exactly. So
right, this isn't listed in their story yet.
You can go to anno-union.com, check out. We have a vote up where you can vote on one of 5 ships in the game. And that's only the first stage, because in the second stage, we will allow you to design your own ship variant.
I like it, I guess.
So the winner of that first vote, then you can hand in your own design nodes, drawings, 3D models, whatever you like. And the winner of that contest will actually make it into the game.
Now, where is the website
Cool.
that people can go to again to get the most information?
I liked
right
the
now?
last Anno,
Just
except it
check
got too
out
like cyclical.
anno-union.com.
Like,
Basically our big
2070,
platform, and we
2070?
want to invite
Yeah.
especially strategy gamers.
Yeah,
PC
it looked like
players
it
out
stopped
there
kind
to
of
It was
early.
all
help
about
us developing
resource
the game,
loops,
sharing feedback,
and then like
just check it
as
out.
you grew, you just
Gentlemen,
made
thank you
new
for joining me on
resource
stage to
loops
talk
that
about
attached to the
Anno
past resource
1800.
loops.
Yeah.
Our next
So it
title
was like-
is the final battle
like-
royale of the night, and Frankie.
I think I'm hitting my quota of 6.
Maybe
That's
not
what
what
I'm
you'd
saying.
expect.
Publisher Tiny Build is known for discovering distinctive indie developers and bringing their quirky ideas to the fore, with Cluster Truck, Speedrunners, and Hello Neighbor among their catalogue of hits. And now I'm delighted to be able to bring you the world-exclusive reveal of a game developed by Galvanic Games in cooperation with Explosion. Inspired by the Cyanide and Happiness webcomic, Rapture Rejects is Battle Royale as
nice.
you've never seen one before, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. Top down, isometric, cartoony, and basically bonkers. Let's take a look at what happens when the man upstairs makes an epic fail and only beams up the bad people. Introducing Rapture Rejects.
I love Cyanide and Happiness.
Uh-huh.
I used to read it like every day. I was like, so good. And that's Tiny Build, and they did not show this.
Dear God, every day I strive to be closer to your light. I pray that when Judgment Day, that most holiest of days, comes upon us, when you bring all the good people to heaven, that I may live in eternal glory by your side. Amen.
Sounds like me earlier.
Yeah, the Rapture.
Nope.
Little help. Thanks, brah.
Why is that guy like sound like he's like 45 years old?
Thanks, bro.
Get.
They try to say drinking is a sin.
Rapture Rejects. Awesome.
This
Nice.
is sick. Okay.
I am about this.
Now this is different, at least.
Harold!
Smell you later, you old
Available 2018-ish. Oh! Wow.
Harold!
Wrecked.
Sick, dude.
Nice.
I can't believe we got to show that trailer. That's so great. Our final game that we will be showcasing this evening is from perhaps the most famous stealth action franchise in gaming, the Hitman series. Let's take a look at a brand new trailer from Hitman 2.
Oh, wow.
Does he still hit men?
Welcome to Miami, 47. The innovation race is on its last day, and it is down to the wire. The Providence defectors are Robert and Sierra Knox. A day of high-octane thrills and two very public targets.
I'm good at stealth.
Not me.
Me neither.
But I love stealth games regardless.
That was cute.
November
November
13th.
13th.
Everything's November.
Jesus.
Wowzers.
I wonder if they're doing the thing what they did last year, or last Hitman, it was like episodic, which I didn't like.
Joining me to talk about Hitman 2 is game director from IO Interactive, Jacob Mickelson. Join me
Hi,
up here,
Jake.
Jacob.
I thought that
Come on
the
out,
last
we've gotta
Hitman, it
talk.
just got like too like
Assassination.
technical, too in
Hey,
depth.
Sean. Welcome, Jacob. Thanks for joining me. I mean, right away, tell me, what is Agent 47 doing in Miami?
Well, he's there to pay a visit to Sharon Robert
To
Knox,
party!
who are part of the Kronstadt Empire. And yeah, we all know how that ends, right?
Well, given that it's a Hitman game, I have some hints. And, you know, I always felt like in the Hitman games, the environment was so critical, trying to study and trying to understand it. What are some of the elements in Miami that will show up in Hitman 2?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Miami is, I think it's one of the biggest events we've ever created in the game. And in Miami, we have, of course, the race as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But being this super high detailed sandbox, we also go to great lengths to actually create all the surrounding bits and pieces, like you have here, backstage area. Of course, we also have that in Miami. So pits and paddocks, there's an emergency room, and so on. So all the facilities needed in order for you to kind of make your own way through the mission and take advantage of the locations and all the different disguises and items you stumble upon as you move in closer to your targets.
And in terms of mechanics, I know that there's going to be a lot of the familiar feels, but what are some of the brand new mechanics that are in Hitman?
Yeah, some of the new stuff is, for instance, the crowds we just saw here in Miami. First of all, there's more than ever.
Yeah,
we're close to 2,000 people now in the scenes. And on top of that, we also introduced a new crowd mechanic where you can dip into the crowd if you get in trouble. So as long as they are not fleeing or running away, then they're there for you to hide in, so in case you get chased by guards. Another new thing is the picture-in-picture mechanic where you get information about what's going on other places in the level. So if you're setting up traps and stuff like that, you can kind of keep track of where the important characters are. And last but not least, we have the fan favorite, which is the sniper briefcase is back. But this time it's not only for sniper rifles, it's also for all the other things you want to carry around kind of without causing too much attention to yourself.
And I want to ask about some of the weapons and the disguises that have been showing up throughout these trailers.
Yeah, we go to great lengths. I think the theme of this showing is going to be the fish. It's really it's a studio favorite. We're having a lot of laughs at that, right? And then, of course, you just saw it in the kitchen as a frying pan. So we all know the kitchen is the most dangerous room in your house, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, of course.
Also counts in Hitman.
And I want to ask about some of my favorite content from Hitman.
You have to be
things
bald
like
to
elusive
work on
targets,
Hitman.
limited time events. Will those be making a comeback?
Okay. Absolutely. So
in
there's
your,
still going to be escalations
contract. It's
for you to
NDA
kind of
though.
challenge the game in many different ways. There's going to be challenge packs, again, new challenge for you, and then of course the elusive targets that pop up for a short period of time only, and you have one shot at this or go bust.
As my final question, the expected question, when does Hitman 2 come out?
Hitman 2 comes out November 13th, and if you pre-order right now, you also get access to a new game mode called Sniper Assassin, where you get to play as Agent 47.
These guys are
and
pranking
also,
us.
For the first time in the franchise, you
Yeah,
can
what's
play
happening?
along with a friend in the co-op mode.
Well, Jacob,
Makes
thank you
sense.
so much for coming
it?
out. I'm super
This
looking
stresses
forward to
me
Hitman 2.
October and November are usually
I might be the
busy.
worst Hitman ever, but I try hard. Now, Jacob, I'm going to thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to escort you off to the right. So you're going to rush off this way, because coming in from the
Did he
left,
just dab?
for the first time ever, vaguely nearby me, it's the co-host, Frankie. Come here, Frankie.
They let me come down from the balcony for good behavior.
Excellent. Well, Frankie, we did it.
We
the
did.
PC Gaming Show is done. Thank you so much for joining us to host this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
He wanted
Thanks
a
for all
hug.
of you who came out to the Will Turn and joined us today. It was a blast. Thanks to Twitch chat. I know that everything you said was appropriate and intelligently thought out.
Lol.
And of course, this year we're curating even more great PC games from the Facebook booth in E3 South Hall. Last, and of course not least, a huge thank you to all our
chat.
wonderful sponsors who let the PC Gaming Show come back for a fourth straight
Whoa.
year. They are Hi-Res Studios, Digital Extremes, Archangel Hellfire, Team 17, Stardock Entertainment, Acer, Predator, Improbable, Oculus Rift, Drake's Cakes, Tripwire, Frontier Developments, and Square Enix. We hope you have a wonderful E3 and go play some damn video games.
Damn
Cheers.
right.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye, D9. Bye.
Does chat feel attacked? You guys feel attacked by that one?
Personally.
You guys are well behaved.
They're all calling their
This
lawyers.
is nice chat.
On the internet, please.
Some fish mollies here
This
and
streamer
there.
made me feel
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
What?
Fish
Nani?
moly.
Fish moly for life.
All right.
Woo! Okay.
That was pretty much how it usually is. It's just game trailers.
It
I
was
tweeted
good.
some stuff, but I failed to write down like anything.
It was good.
I wrote Star Control.
Star Control? That's not even the game.
I'm so overwhelmed today.
Oh, yeah, it is. Star Control
I
Origins.
don't know what's happening right now. Oh, God.
So Satisfactory was the first one.
Yes.
I'm gonna just go through the ones that stood out for me.
Yeah.
And then Forgotten City.
That one looked cool. If that
What was our date on Satisfactory?
I don't have anything down.
Probably
Okay.
November.
Yeah, November.
Probably. We've got Mavericks, which was the
1,000-player.
the
BR.
1,000-player last
Yeah,
man
Sable
standing.
looks really
Totally not a BR.
When did they say
Sable?
Sable was? Did they not give that a date?
Sable, I
think they
don't
did.
believe has a date.
Yes, it's pre-alpha, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a date for it.
Singing City, Sable, Night Call, which was that one with the dope beat and like the kind of like a comic booky noir kind of theme. Looked like a
Tab.
really neat indie.
And what's the name of the other Uber game?
Yeah.
Nightcall? Nightcall Neocab?
Nightcall is a noir type of cab game. There was one previous to that.
Neocab.
Which was, yeah, Neo.
Neocab.
Neocab. I don't know. The shark game? Maneater?
Maneater.
Maneater?
Best game of the conference.
Maneater, baby. Rapture
Man.
Rejects.
They mentioned
Rapture Rejects
Warframe.
looked
Mhm.
awesome.
2 Point Hospital.
Yeah.
2 Point Hospital, I'm excited for.
Oh, yeah.
Walking Dead, of course.
Walking Dead, yes.
Both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Don't Starve. Hamlet.
Don't Starve
That
Hamlet.
looks really cool.
That was another November, wasn't it?
Holy crap. I don't know.
December.
That one was December.
December.
Oh, was it? What was in August? There was something that was in August.
No, Star Control's in September. I don't know.
Was it the Walking Dead? Telltale one?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so, though.
Noira.
Was it?
Which one was Noira?
Noita.
It was, yeah, it was
Noita?
Noita. Oh, so it was the Walking. Oh no,
really
Walking Dead.
Nice.
Oh,
So,
Walking
yeah, it
Dead
was.
okay.
The Telltale
Right.
one. The Telltale. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the Telltale one.
Yes.
Yes. There's no way it would be the other one.
So much hype.
Dude, I'm just so overwhelmed, but with how many titles we've seen today, holy cracker jacks!
Yeah,
dude.
it's been a really action-packed day so far.
Yeah.
And we still have Sony. We guys,
I
we have
know,
Sony.
I'm like tired from this. I'm like, whoa.
I sneeze so bad.
Jeez.
Sony starts in an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's not even done.
Dang.
And then Nintendo's tomorrow, so
We've been
it's-
together all
guys.
day. How beautiful
That's a
is
record.
Is this
of
like
hanging out.
one of the most successful conventions? Like this E3? Why do I feel like there's so many things coming out? Like so many good things coming out?
Because there are.
Right? Like, I mean,
like
not just me, right? It's just
I'm honestly like looking towards the future for, you know, for the stream and everything like that. With all of these titles, I'm honestly overwhelmed.
Right?
Like
Yeah.
all of them coming out within the same months. It's great. You know, I'm so excited, but there's going to be, it's going to be so
I mean, you're gonna have to choose, you
crazy.
know, and
Yeah.
not. I mean, you see something and you're like, okay, it's cool, but maybe you'll try it out and you'll be like, yeah, this is not for me. So
I mean, in
anything
a lot of
happens.
games, like, you see a lot of cinematic trailers in
Yeah.
these previews. You don't see actual gameplay.
Yes.
So,
who knows?
you know, a lot of, you see it like Vampire, you know, had a lot of interest, but fell very flat.
Yeah, I'm so sad about that because I had such high
Hunter
hopes
wants to
for
talk
Vamp-
about it again.
Yeah, budget will be a thing.
Yeah, but yeah, budget.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have Assassin's Creed now, so that's
Yeah, I
fun.
ordered it too. I
was
Oh
like,
my
I'm
god,
getting
did
that
you guys
statue.
really?
I told you,
Bloody's
the
gonna be in a
$220 edition.
professional
Yeah, I
Assassin's
did the
Creed
same
player
thing.
for the next year.
We're gonna have matching statues, Bloody.
Yeah.
Yes, nice, nice. That's it. That's gonna be my
Sorry.
game. Assassin's Creed.
Doggo.
Boom.
I mean, in terms of this being the the most successful seeming E3, I would expect to have very few kind of like backtracks from here. With video gaming being the single largest media industry by a long shot, and this being the place where they're showcased the most and most widely watched for it, especially when it comes to presentations and conferences. I would expect every year for it to just get bigger and better. And maybe every once in a while it's like, oh, what happened this year? For whatever reason, it's just like a trend that gets weird, or a couple of people drop the ball, a couple of companies drop the ball, something. But I would definitely always expect it to never never realistically dip down any lower.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. I'm very happy.
This year is just like way too much hype.
I know.
I'm like, oh.
I feel like I say that every year, but like
No, like this is different. This year is crazy. Like all of these companies are just like stepping up their game in a ridiculous amount. Like,
yeah, I mean, as
even
technology,
just from the Ubisoft conference today, like, holy crap! Like, holy crap! And that's just from Ubisoft. Like, whew, I don't
Did you
know,
say
dude.
everybody's stepping up their game?
Well, not everybody, but like a lot of companies are going ham this year.
Wow. Ubisoft has
shade.
Ubisoft has
Didn't say anything.
conference of the year for me so far. Like, I'm really excited for Sony though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know. Like, I'm so excited. I am. But like, how much more excited can they make me? Like, after
that's actually a good point. Like, what can Sony give us that's like gonna be a surprise?
I know. I'm running
Death
on empty.
Stranding.
It's Sony.
The-
They can do stuff.
The zombie one.
Death
Gone
Stranding.
Home
I
Too
cannot
Far, whatever it is.
wait
Last
for
of
this
Us?
game.
Yes.
I can't wait. Death Stranding. The Last of Us.
I'm so
Death Stranding. That is true. That is true.
No, the other
And-
zombie one.
Which one?
Th-
Nice.
Oh, Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Oh,
Yes,
Days Gone
yes.
as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, so Days Gone, Last of Us 2,
Oh, and
Death
Spider-Man.
Stranding.
Oh my god,
Okay,
are they gonna
fine,
show us Last of
okay.
Us 2 today?
Fine, Sony can blow us out of the water. You're right.
Right,
you're
so
right.
we know things that we already enjoy and we want to see more information about. They could definitely amp us up by, just opening up that door a little wider. Like, we got a peep through the little keyhole, and now it's like we're gonna get to, get our head in a little bit, it's like looking around.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Ma'am,
Yes.
this is Christian Stream.
Yes. Indeed. Yes.
The rejects are gonna be putting that around.
Loco. If one of your co-hosts wants to, not participate in the Sony one, I would gladly stick around. Just let you
Of
know.
course, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
let you know. Just,
I'll,
who is
I'll
joining?
keep you in mind as our backup.
Oh, wow.
Romcom is supposed to be switching out.
Romcom. Something must happen to him. I have an hour.
Oh.
Well, if anything happens to Romcom, we know who to send to the costume.
No, I would never.
And before tweet, my internet's down, guys.
I would never.
Craziest thing happened.
She like
Zombie
sends one of her
attack my
minions
house.
to slice his internet line.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
So, out of all these games, we saw a chunk of games from the PC gaming show. What is your rating of the conference and most hyped game? Most interested game that you're looking forward to?
There's a lot of games.
Day 9 helps bring up the conference quality significantly.
Yeah.
If they had another presenter out there, I'd have been like, yeah, the games are really cool, but it's just another little showcase.
Yeah,
For some reason,
I'm
Day
also
9 saves the
horrified
game.
at what would have happened in that situation where the stethoscope canceled out his microphone. Like, who else would have hugged the guy? You know?
Freaking I mean,
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. I really admire people who, like, under this whole stress and pressure, can improvise like this.
That
I
natural
admire them.
prowess, honestly, is incredible.
Well, I don't think it's natural. I think he's very specifically developed it over the years.
There's only so much to a point where like you can develop it without actually having that kind of also aptitude for it, you know? So
Yeah.
it's definitely just like his personality plus, just being awesome and this development of that skill that he already had,
Perhaps.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's incredible. The games themselves, there was a bunch of stuff that got me incredibly excited. I'm not sure what the most exciting one would be. I was really intrigued by the open world VR game, but the fact that I don't have any VR it makes it like where for me personally, I'm like, but that's the kind of stuff that we really like seeing for building out some of this newer tech in the field. So that it's really nice to see. It's really an exciting development, predictable, but an exciting development, and somebody's actually doing it now. And we're seeing it manifest.
Yeah, to see VR being pushed now towards a more cohesive experience is going to be something awesome.
And being actualized,
like
because,
seriously,
first games out of the gate, and the generation 1, it was like, okay, that's cool, I guess, you fly around and stuff. Yeah, right. But now it's like, okay, it's a little more standardized. Like more and more people are getting it. We're building on the shoulders of the kind of the littler games that came out before. What's going to be coming next? Like if that's our step in, other than things like, Skyrim getting into VR and stuff, like which is really cool. I really want to do that, but let's see, a bunch of the indie titles, man. Really, really intrigued by Sable, Nightcaller, Noita, I think. A little intrigued by Noita, but the indie titles were bringing me back over and over again. Satisfactory. Definitely interested in Satisfactory. My rating is like it's a solid probably 7, which is pretty good. There was nothing that was really a detraction except for the bird sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
like I totally, obviously, as a broadcaster, I get why you have sponsored content. You literally have to pay for this stuff to happen. But it always, she handled it fantastically. She was like real fluid with it too, as a host, which is a big up. But you have a silent bird trying to sell a cake. It's like, okay,
yeah.
Well, you work with what you got. You got to do what you got to do. I get it. That's mine.
For me,
Anyone
I'd say
else?
like, what is it? The games that I probably most anticipate are going to be definitely both Walking Deads. I'm really excited about those. Ooblets and like, oh gosh,
Ooblets
there's
is so
another
cute.
Sable. Like
Sable.
those 3 stood out so much. For me, the conference probably I would say is like or an 8, probably maybe a 7.5. I think 7.5 is fair, like more fair. Fantastic transitions, like they had, or well, it was a very like simple transition is what I mean. The hosts were fantastic, natural, and the conversation wasn't cringy. It was all fluid. The
Certainly.
content, they had good cinematics, they had good gameplay, they gave just the juiciest amount of gameplay. Like I feel like I saw more gameplay than I saw cinematics during this. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy, but that's how I felt during that, because all of these games, the way that they did the conversion over from, okay, we're in the transition over from, okay, we're watching the cinematic into the gameplay was just seamless. They did such a fantastic job with
That's very
like
true.
all of these.
And you're still coming off of Square Enix earlier today, right? You were, yeah. So the game, looking at gameplay, it seems like a stark contrast.
It's just breath of fresh air after today, with Ubisoft and with the PC Gamer ones, like top tier stuff. These guys did fantastic.
Yeah. Bloody?
Bloody?
For me, I'd say probably 7.5 as well, if not 8.
I'm sitting at the lowest one here.
You're so critical. Yes, you are.
I'm such a negative Nancy.
As a conference, it was great. Like everything was great. I loved it. The games, I'm not a fan of all of them, and I mean, no one can be a fan of everything that's
Sure.
happening, right?
For sure.
I don't think you should be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you like everything, then you're not really. I don't know. Do you really like?
Yeah, what do you really
Different
like?
Strokes for different
You know?
folks, as they say.
Right. What I'm most excited for is both Walking Deads, because I just love the Walking Dead universe, and I've played all of the games so far. The Man-Eater game with the shark, just because it sounds ridiculous and funny as fuck.
Definitely gonna be over the top for chat.
Yeah. Oh, I really want to be able to do that as a shark.
I wish my chat could be the people I'm eating.
You can name them.
Who is it that's making that game? I'm willing to bet that they would let you. That they would
them just
put
run away
something in
from
there.
me.
Think about how many more copies they would sell if streamers were getting on board doing that and able to get people like automatically from the chat who were chatting.
Yeah,
Like if there
that
was
level
that
of
Twitch
integration.
that'd be
Absolutely.
Having like above their heads, like, okay, this is Lowco. Oh, hello, Lowco.
Oh, okay. I
That's
see
just
how it
an
is.
example, it's not just because you're here and that.
Right.
Not that I would ever,
Of course
never,
Of course not.
never consume my chat.
Never.
Not at all.
And the 2 Point Hospital, because Theme Hospital was my childhood and I loved it. So I'm very excited that they actually, well, it's not the same game, but it does look a lot like Theme Hospital. So I'm excited that they're rebooting the game, and I really want to play it when it comes out. So yeah, I'm very, very
Awesome.
excited. That was a great conference.
Yeah.
It made me really happy, It made me happy. No,
That's all you can ask for.
After watching something, anything, whether it is like a movie or a conference or whatever it is, like if by the end of it you're feeling elated, you're feeling happy, I think that was a successful show for me, and that's how I feel right now. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Lowco?
Yeah.
What you got?
Okay, so games that stand out for me, Theme Hospital, like sim games are just like, my heart and soul. I love sim games, so I'm really excited for that. The Walking Dead non-Telltale game has me very curious. They didn't really show very much, but that has me excited for sure. The new Anno, again, I like sim games. Yeah, those are pretty much the ones that stood out. And the Sinking City, I'm very curious about too.
1800.
Yes, Anno 1800. I would give the conference. I would give it like a 7.5.
I'm still
Like-
sitting at the
Lowco and I are the
bottom.
same person.
Come on.
Like it, it's. I mean, it was very straightforward, right? Like it was
Are we being
very.
harsh? Are we being harsh?
No, I mean, I don't think.
Some
I am.
people would think we're being too nice, but I think that
I mean, it wasn't like
overall.
It wasn't
What-
Ubisoft.
Okay, what was our score for Ubisoft?
Mine was the lowest on that one too.
9.
Mine was 8.5.
I think mine was 9. And
8.3. I remember
Why
this specifically
8.3?
because
Why not 8.5?
specifically because who was it? Microsoft. I gave an 8.1. I think. What was the one that we watched after Microsoft yesterday?
Bethesda.
Oh no, Microsoft gave an 8.2. Bethesda gave an 8.1. So this one, so I'm keeping them like tightly clustered in there. So I gave Ubisoft. Oh no! Oh crap! One of them is something.
I mean, it was very like
so there's something. Now I'm getting confused myself. They're too close.
like Ubisoft had a lot of hype, like a lot of cool stuff. Like this was just like
Definitely.
it was game. Some of the games were like most of the games were games I haven't heard of, and like the smaller games, and that's fine. But it was like just like a game interview, like it was like trailer, interview, trailer, interview, trailer, interview,
And I like the interviews. I like that when they brought devs in. So like nothing was like a big reveal like you could have at Ubisoft, like you could have at Bethesda, like you could have with Microsoft, where it's like, boom, here's the hot new stuff. It was like, well, a bunch of awesome indie stuff I'm really excited about, but it's not like real game changers that you could expect to be announced there.
Yeah, so that's why it's like it was enjoyable, but it wasn't Bethesda or Ubisoft. So so guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We gotta do some guest rotations and change up the overlays, and I'm going to shove some food in my mouth.
And we gotta numb on some food.
Yeah.
We'll give you guys a couple of blips of our hot mics from time to time.
We're just gonna take a quick we're just gonna take a quick 20-minute break, guys. We'll be right back. Bloody, say your farewells.
What?
Where can we find you? Do your shout outs.
You'll find me crying in my room because
you can
I'm
watch
sad.
with chat. You could be one with chat. They'd love to have you.
Okay, I will fill your chat with fish mollies.
We'll ban you.
Don't want that,
I will ban you.
You don't want that. Twitch.tv/Bloodyfaster and Twitter.com. No, at Bloodyfaster TV for Twitter. And well, you know what I'll be playing. You saw me being hyped. You saw me. You saw me.
Bloody is now officially an Assassin's Creed Odyssey streamer. Strictly.
Nothing else. Nothing else. Just that's my thing. Well, okay. Bye. I love you guys. And
all right, guys.
If Romcom doesn't wanna, that's still
if something happens. Something happens.
If his internet magically goes out by somebody
the
line,
are, they're not to be trusted. You never know. You never know.
All right, guys. We'll see you in just a few minutes. We'll be live in about 20 minutes.